Hi everybody, Mark Freedman here again from Game Cola. Just doing a little more Dwarf Fortress. So we've expanded a little bit since the last video. Got some more things going on. The big event changer was we now have hematite, which is an iron ore, so I can now start smelting iron. And I have a new mayor of the fortress who occupies these 3 rooms here: personal dining room, personal study, and a bedroom. Oh, great, more migrants. Just what I needed. Freaking fantastic. Okay, hopefully, okay, looks like we got a surgeon coming in, which is a suturer. Alright, well, hopefully, crap. Hopefully there won't be too many dwarves this time, because I got a lot of dwarves piling up. And, of course, I don't have anyone that has metal crafting ability, so that kind of stinks. This guy has some good medical skills, so let's go ahead and enable all his medical abilities, and I'm going to set his nickname to be Doctor. So I'm going to set him up to be the chief medical dwarf, which means he'll kind of be in charge of leading the other dwarves for applying medical things. No, he's probably going to be at the top of the list because he has... No, I don't see him. Oh, probably because he hasn't fully come on the map yet. He might not be available for picking. Wow, there are a buttload of dwarves coming in here. I hope I have a decent population cap because I got a lot of dwarves. I have 65 adult dwarves, 31 children. That is a lot of children, which kind of stinks. Yeah, so I'm going to need to figure out what's going on here. Let me see if they have any military abilities, the new guys coming in. And yes, looks like there's actually quite a few melee and marksman able-bodied people, which is good. Yeah. Alright, well, let's go ahead and dig out some more rooms first for the military. Yeah. More military room. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. So I have a west and an east wing for my military, so let's go ahead and set up some rooms down here for potentially some new military. Now, while I have a lot of military people, my concern is that I don't have many good equipment for my guys. I don't have an incoming source of leather for leather armor and ammo for my archers, and I don't really have any incoming, I don't have a whole lot of metal stuff yet, so hopefully I won't get attacked anytime soon. So we have to focus on that. Oh, I built over here to the west, I built a little channel to drop down enemies that I captured. I captured a goblin earlier in a trap, so I'm gonna put him down this hole to capture. So, actually, I wanted to dig out some of this tetrahedrite here, which is a smeltable iron. So, alright. I also started making some gold items down here. Got some gold tables and stuff, which are worth quite a bit. And I was hoping to start encrusting some gold tables to make them even more valuable, which is nice. In fact, so what I'm going to do for that, I'm going to start encrusting some furniture. Now they kind of pick whatever furniture is closest, which won't necessarily be the gold tables down here, although they are pretty close. It's going to depend on a few different things, but I can chain up the workshops, the stockpiles, so that they only go towards a particular workshop, basically forcing the gem guy to, let's see, so what is he doing? Okay, so he's encrusting furniture with milk quartz. Oh. Okay, he's great. He's encrusting mechanisms, which are used for different things. That's not exactly what I wanted, but... So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna do what I said, forcing them to use this table. So we're going to say, give to a pile or workshop. So this is my main gem bin here, right? So we're going to say that so that it only goes towards this gem stockpile, and that this furniture stockpile. Let's see, how do I do this? It's a little confusing. So this is going to be a source. I want it to be given to this. I want to give the furniture to the gem shop, but I also want to take from it for when it's encrusting it. So I want them to take the gold furniture from there and also put it right back, which I don't know. And wow, I have a lot of idle dwarves. Idle hands make for something. Play hands, devil's play hands. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm not sure what these guys are going to be doing yet. I guess for now I'll just set them on wood cutting. Hopefully there's some axes that can be used. Maybe I'll set them on fishing. Unfortunately, I don't have, I was not expecting to get yet another huge group of dwarves. And I don't really have a place for them yet. We're definitely going to need some more beds. 10 more beds, and I'm going to need some wooden training axes. So the thing is with chopping wood, it doesn't matter what quality of what quality the axe is. Even a wooden training axe can be used to chop wood, which doesn't, of course, make any sense. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what happened to my jeweler. He's not. Okay, at least we got some nice hunting now, which is good. Okay, and I got a little bit of a glass industry going, so I have this glass furnace just set up to queue up sand gathering through bags, and I bought some cloth earlier, so I have a clother who should be creating cloth down here. I want to queue up some more wooden crossbows since I have some more hunters coming in. And since at first I didn't have a huge, metal or iron resource, I was creating weapon trap components out of green glass. So I was creating a bunch of serrated discs, which are pretty good. They chop up a bunch of guys, but it's good to have a little bit of variety of different types of weapons. So we get a few different types of things going, axe blades and so forth. So hopefully I'll get a glass guy. Okay, so I got my glass guy down here. She's making my glass items, which is nice. And we have, like I said, I found a bunch of iron, and I queued up a lot of the iron ore to be smelted. There's still some hematite up here, which is the iron ore, the dark red item here. So now that I have all this iron, I can start making iron items. Now, one thing you have to consider when you're doing iron is that you can create steel now steel is a metal alloy, which consists of iron bars, and then you have to create pig iron, which requires a fuel source. Even if it's a magma forge, you still need to have a fuel source like charcoal for the reaction process. And that'll create pig iron. But that also requires a flux stone, like marble. It's a reactant type of stone. And then from there, once you have the pig iron, then you can combine pig iron with another iron bar and a fuel and a flux stone to give you steel. So steel is a lot more powerful, a lot more durable, but it requires fuel. It requires flux stone. I have a little bit of fuel going with charcoal, but I don't really have any, I haven't found any flux stone yet, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and just start making some iron stuff. Now before I do that, I'm going to see if I have anyone. I'm going to create some weapons first before armor. So I wanted to see if I don't seem to have anyone with weapon skill, weapon smithing skill, unfortunately. I got this one guy that has a very tiny bit, but unfortunately no weapon making skill. So now my armorer I got my legendary armorer. He's awesome. Um, in fact, because I want to pump out that really awesome armor, I'm going to set up a metal forge just for this guy. So he's only going to be creating armor there. He's the only guy that's going to be doing it, right? So let's do that. All right. So we can go to workshop profile. So the armorer's name, I changed his name to Legend Armor just to kind of flag him differently in the system. So, actually, rather than specifically only allowing that guy to do it, I can set my min-maxes here so that the minimum skill that can use that forge is, I'll just set it to High Master. So anyone between High Master and Legendary can use this forge, which right now means there's just one guy. Oh, okay, we have a Goblin Thief. So the game pauses when you get invaded or attacked. I will take care of that in a second. I wanted to queue up my iron armors. So again, this requires the iron bars, which I have down here in my stockpile to the south. And zoom in here. Depending on what type of armor you're making, it'll require more bars, right? So a helmet might take, I'm not sure exactly, maybe 2 bars, and then an iron breastplate would take 4. Gives you better protection, covers more of your body, but requires more bars. So I don't have a huge source of iron yet, so I'm going to make some kind of basic things. Let's do some greaves and do some gauntlets and a couple of mail shirts. So hopefully when those get created, they'll be worth quite a bit. So I can either use them for my military or use them to sell to my next trade caravan guy. You see, they'll be made out of iron, so they'll have a pretty good quality, but if I have a legendary armorer making the armor, there's a good chance it's going to be masterwork quality or superior quality, maybe, which means it's worth a lot. It's also better protection, too, though, so you have to consider, should I keep it or not. So I have my other magma forge here, which can be used by any metal crafter with skill. So since I don't have anyone with any particularly good weapon creating skills, I'm going to create weapons here and just kind of hope for the best. Alright, so let me survey my military and see what sort of skills that they have. I guess I got a pretty good variety, but let me change my group by. I'll group by squad. So I can look at what they're skilled in. I'm trying to figure out what sort of weapons I should get to make use of their skills the best. So we got the North Gorges, which is a military squad, and the Mechanical Yawns. So we got some spear guys. I don't think I've created any spears yet. So I built a couple of spears and probably a couple of these guys are probably good at swords. These guys are probably good at swords because I built obsidian rock swords, which are made out of obsidian stone, but they're nice because they don't require metalsmithing. You can just make them. So they probably have that skill because they've been training with them. So I'll make some iron swords and spears, and maybe a couple of maces for these guys. They probably don't have that great maces. They probably have copper maces. One thing, and we can look at what they currently have. So like this guy. Let's see, zoom creature, and then inventory. So he has, so he's got an obsidian short sword, nothing that great. So let's go ahead and queue up some iron swords and I said some spears and I said warhammers. Yeah, I got a couple of good hammerers. So let's build a couple of hammers and a couple of maces as well. So they do different kinds of here we go. So like maces and hammers do bludgeoning damage, right? And then swords, of course, do slicing and chopping damages, which, depending on what type of enemy you're facing, you know, that could be useful. And wow, I still have a lot of Eilish. Oh crap, I forgot about my my goblin. Where's that guy? Oh, just to show you here, this this hunter down here, you can see he's flashing with the lowercase r. That means there's also a dead rabbit occupying the same tile. So he's probably bringing back the rabbit to the butcher for butchering. Yeah, he's doing return kill, which is good. Now, where is that pesky... Ah, the goblin thief. He must have ran away. Because this goblin down here is a goblin from before. So... Ooh, is that a gold? Oh no, orthoclase. Brimstone armor. Nice. Okay, so as you can see, I'm picking up some more stone and stuff here. What happened to this goose? Oh, I got a gander. Which is a male. I'll just put him here for now. Yeah, he must have just, I don't know, wandered onto the scene here. And looks like I also caught a water buffalo. Seems really strange to catch a water buffalo. But I'm not going to complain. Oh, I got a little piglet. Put the piglet there. And eventually you notice I have a goblin in a cage. Eventually, I'm going to throw him down my pit. And then have my guys train on him. Oh, also I put a male and a female goose. I guess the male is called a gander. I put them here because I wanted them to mate. So I got some eggs there. Oops, sorry. And I wanted them to mate, right? So that I could bring on more goose. Either breed them some more or use them for the meat industry. Especially now that I have all these people coming in, I really need some more food source coming in. And wow, I'm really low on liquor. I'm going to have to queue up some liquor at the still, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Brew drinks, set it on repeat until basically it'll keep going until I use up all my barrels. And I'm going to create some more barrels. A few wooden barrels. Actually, I should probably be doing rock pots primarily. Rock pot, let's do 20 of them. So it's really getting crowded in my dining hall. The mayor is mandating. Looks like I have the bucklers there. Yeah, the mayor mandates different things. Basically, once they get to a certain skill, they start demanding certain items be created just because they feel like they should. As you can see down here, and with the notification, my armorer created a legendary item. You get a little notice about that when it's just they made something really freaking awesome. And I'm guessing this archery guy is the one that's storing the item. Okay, so he picked up an armor bin, put the armor in there, and he's probably bringing it back to downstairs where my squads are, so they can use the armor. So let's check out what's in the armor bin. Okay, so it looks like some gauntlets were created. Oh wait, no, this is copper, so that must have been from some time ago. Here we go. We got an iron right gauntlet and a left gauntlet. So 1,320. That's pretty good for a single item. But it looks like that the left gauntlet was not created at the masterwork level either. So you say create gauntlets, it creates a pair, but they're not necessarily the same quality. So you can see the value comparison. We got 440 versus 1320. So basically, 3 times as valuable. So that's nice. So I'm gonna have him. So he's pumping up. He's getting iron. He's bringing it over there. He's pumping up iron. Oh, did he create okay, so he just created his mail shirt. So again, because he's a legendary armorer, he both makes high quality items and he makes the items quickly, which is excellent. So I got a nice iron mail shirt that should protect someone very well. And down here at my other metalsmith, she's working. She doesn't have very good skill with the weapon crafting, so they're not going to be particularly high quality. But the more she works at it, she'll get a higher skill, and she'll be on her way. to becoming a better weaponsmith, right? So it's good to know. You know, I just thought that maybe I should create a little stockpile down here to store weapons and armor, so that when they get finished, they don't. Because sometimes the guy that creates them will like say, "Oh, I'm gonna need to store them," and they're like really far away, and I don't want to store them far away. So I'll set up a stockpile that'll store the weapons and armor that get created. They'll hopefully go there, and then I'll set that workshop to be, this is a source stockpile for the other weapons and armors. Speaking of which, let's check out my. Okay, so I got my other dudes down here. Oh, I got a lot of beds stored up. Okay. I want to set up my other militaries down here at some point, but let's go ahead and just install some beds. And I think I have an armor stand. I never really got an armor or weapon stand to actually do anything. I don't think that they actually store the items in them. I think it's just a way to mark a room as being, an area for being for a squad. Okay, so we got this armor bin. This armor bin looks like it has like almost all the armor that I've ever created. And I probably don't have a weapon bin because I haven't made many weapons yet. Quivers, okay. Yeah, so for an archer requires a quiver to store his bolts or arrows, so it's important to get those going. So, so I still have some idlers, so we should probably set those guys up. Let's chop some trees too, right? We're gonna need some more wood. Let's just go ahead and level the whole freaking forest. Let's gather some plants. That should keep those guys busy for a little bit. As you can see, yeah, my surface level wood stockpile is getting low, right? So I'm certainly getting low on wood. We're gonna have to chop some more. And I'd also, wow, these children are just sleeping down there in the bed. We should. Okay, so I have a lot of beds here, and a lot of them are vacant, but you need to have beds that are convenient. So that's why I set up a little bedroom down here for some people that work down in the metalsmith forges, so they don't have to go as far for things. I need to define this as being an actual. Oh, okay. Looks like I did. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm an idiot. That's my squad. I'm sorry. I was planning to do that. I was planning to set up another bedroom down here near the metalsmith forges, because I didn't actually do that yet. So let's go ahead and do that now. Because we have some guys I think they're just sleeping on the floor. Oh, no, there are bedrooms down here. Okay. They're sleeping on them, you just can't see them. So I'll set this to be a dormitory, and now people will sleep there, which is nice. Greg athlete is going to become a goose. Well, that's nice. Somewhere I have a goose. Let's see. I don't see him in the list. No. Oh, he's named. The goose has a name, isn't that nice? Hopefully these goose will hatch. I believe a goose takes 1 year once they hatch to grow up to be an adult goose. So that'll be nice when that happens. Get rid of this announcement thing. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so yeah, down here there's like a little stat thing showing the overall disposition of your dwarves. So I don't have anyone that's pissed off Those are the reds and the yellow. That's good. So everyone's pretty happy, pretty well fed. No one's dying, which is nice. Let's go ahead and make some more charcoal. So hopefully these guys are pumping out. The outpost liaison is here. Okay, so each dwarven civilization has their liaison from the motherlands, right? So they're going to want to trade. So let's bring over my gold tables. I don't have a real big use for them, and they're worth a lot. So I'll bring over my armor bins for trade. I'm not going to trade the entire bin, but I might trade individual items out of there that are worth a lot. Wow, tuber beer roast. That's worth quite a bit. That's a lot of food, though. 44 pieces of food. Oh, it looks like my guys are cooking food out of liquor, which probably explains why I'm getting low on liquor. So I should probably try to avoid that if possible. These serrated green glass discs are worth a lot too. Yeah, let's go ahead. So we have some nice things that I can sell from my metal and glass industry, which is excellent. So we'll see what the mountain homes brought. I think the last time that they came. So you can set up with them what you want to buy, what do you want to trade with them next time. I believe I asked them for some coal as a fuel source, and I think I may have also asked them for some iron bars, maybe some steel bars even, so I could get a little steel going. I've got bars of steel. In addition to that, when they come, before that, I'm still looking for more sources of iron ore, because I don't have that much. So I want to find some more. So I mined out these veins of iron ore down here, kind of hoping that I would find more, but, ooh, there's a little piece of hematite right there. That's kind of strange. I don't remember what types of layers that hematite usually comes on, but galena. I think galena is an ore of lead, which is actually pretty useless because it's really heavy, and so it's hard to trade items with it. So, oh yes, there was a hematite vein here. So I'm just gonna kind of do some exploratory digging here, right? Because I'm really looking for more iron. Iron is awesome. So just kind of do some exploratory veins. Okay. I'm also going to set up. Okay, so we got the guys that they're hauling the gold tables and so forth around, which is good. Before I forget, I'm going to set up my recent migration wave. I'm going to queue them up to be archers. I don't remember how much. Let me see if I can use existing squads. Let's see. This one's got 6, 4, 5, 5. So I could probably stuff them into existing squads. But it's kind of, now that I have this many guys, I can set up a rotational pattern where, they train 3 months out of the year and so forth. So probably making separate, smaller squads is make it a little bit easier organization-wise. The problem is if you set someone up to be, training all year, they get pissed off. And unfortunately, there's kind of a bug where that feeling of being pissed off for training all the time doesn't go away, right? So we'd like to avoid that. So she's a mace, dwarf. So a lot of times, if you get someone and they have military skills, but they don't have any decent job skills, you just put them into the military, and they'll do their thing. And they can haul stuff. I mean, anyone can haul stuff, right? So we're gonna have a third archery squad. Arch 3.1. So I just like to set these nicknames up like this so that I can better find them in the military screen. So we'll go ahead and commit that, and now I'm going to set up, so we're going to, sorry, under my noble screen I need to create a new militia captain who's going to be melee 3.1. He's going to be the head of my new military, melee squad, and then another militia captain for the new archery squad, so that's going to be arch 3.1. And then on my military screen, this militia captain can create a squad. It's going to be metal, the maroon mines. So melee 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, and 3.6, right? So I set them up to be metal, armored, because they're going to be melee guys. They're going to be getting close. They need to, hurt people and protect themselves. I'm going to use the archer predetermined squad, which has them take weapons, archery weapons. Arch 3.2, Arch 3.3, Arch, oh, I guess that's it. I guess it's just those three. So, alright. And then down here on the bottom, where I dug out a new room down here, so I'm going to set this up to be a bedroom for the two new squads. And I'll set that up to be a barracks for the maroon mines and the rough actions. Right? And similarly down here, you got the barracks. And this is going to be for the two new squads to train as a squad and train individually. Also going to need to set up a archery target. Let's do a couple of archery targets down here. Sure, quartzite, so that they can train. Right. So, all right. Okay, so we got the dwarven caravan. They're coming in. They're unloading their goods, right? So we should be able to trade with them soon. Okay, and yep. So my guy can trade. So all right, well let's close this up. Good stopping point, and thanks for listening in.